We're going to look into how do we do two functions in Excel. First, we're going to look into how do we do record. So the idea here is how can we record this variable from age into age scale. And the other one is when we have done the record, what we'll do is we want to compute two variables here. The first one is called premium. The second one is called program. And how can we do this compute function from these 6 items here? You compute it and it is called premium here. And on a later stage, we will do another level record where we'll change our premium here to categorical variables. Either it is high, low, or mid. Premium, another variable here will be high, low, and mid program. All right. So let's just start afresh. Okay, I will just copy this into a new Excel spreadsheet. Okay, just that we can maintain the existing one. So what you have in your practice data is actually this. Yeah, this is what we call as a clean database. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to we'll call it record age into different category. So what I will do is I would create a new variable first. I call this as age in a scale. And then what I will do is I will create what we call as sorting. So here I just highlight the first row and I go to data and I include what we call as a filter. All right. So once you added filter, automatically you can choose from this drop down function here. So every variable here there is a drop down function. There's a drop down function like this. So it can actually be selected manually. So to do record, you need to identify a different range in this sense. For age, let's find out the range first. Okay, so the first range that I'm looking at is those who are in the age of 20 to 29. So when I click on the drop down button, it will show me all the data available within this particular row. So what I will do is I will select this, all right, so that I unselect everything. And I will select the first group of categories, which is those who are in the 20s to 29. So it is from here, you can see it's from 25 to 29. So I just click OK. So from here, you can see that automatically, it will help you to sort out only those who are in the range of 20 to 29. So what I will do is, I will now type it manually. Okay, so type it as 22, 29 years old in this sense. All right, so you can expand this a little bit here. So you can see that you already type it. So what I'll do is I will just copy this and then I will just select and I will just paste it all down here. So once you copy and paste down here, it will selectively only copy for the particular cells that you selected here. So let me just see the whole thing again. Let's go to age now. All right, and then now just select all. And you can see that now automatically it already helped you to identify this particular age fall under this particular category. So you can continue on with the remaining age scale. So I will continue on with those who are in the 30 to 39. So it's from this list. So you see 33, 35, 38, 39. Okay, just click OK. So you can see that. All right, here, nothing. So just put it as how you do it earlier. Okay, so now this is 30 to 39 years old. And then you can just paste it in like that. All right. And then we can continue on with those who are in the age of 40 to 49 years old. So let's unselect all. Let's go to 40 to 49. So it's a range of here. So you can see that it's within this range. So here is 40, smallest 47. So this within the range of 40 to 49. Just click OK. So you can find that here identified for you. So you just have to type it manually. All right. Okay. So as usual, just copy and paste to the remaining cells. And the last range will be those who are in the 50s and above, 50 years old and above. So just click on the whatever number, 50 and above, click OK. So it will show you here. So just have to type it manually. So it's 50 years old and above. Okay. So just copy and paste. So now let's go to our age. Select all here, then click OK. And there you have it, all the data already been recorded from the age scale here to this. All right. So this is how you do record. In fact, you can even record all the numeric numbers into category if you want to, in the sense that perhaps you want to make it much easier for analyze. For example, here, 1 denote male, 2 denote female for gender. So you can actually do the same method. So just select all the 1 and you can change it to manually to male. All right. So in this sense, all the 1 here is male. So if you can just replace it, you find it is male. For female, all right, it's denoted by number 2. So it's the same thing that you do. So you just do find sort female, and then you just replace everything to female. All right. So when you select all again, now you see that all the numbers have been changed to words or alphanumeric, we call it in SIS. So you can use this for further analysis if you want to. All right. I will normally remain in numeric. Okay, in numeric for the reason that it's much more easy for analysis. So I would normally just remain as numbers as it is. All right. What you can do is that you can actually create a new cells or new page here, and you can actually put your code in. For example, I call this as a gender, where 1 is equal to male and 2 is equal to female. All right, just in case you can't remember what does those numbers mean, particularly for the variable of gender, for example. Okay, so this is how you do record manually using Excel spreadsheet. All right, coming back to the second methods of the day, we're going to look into how do we do compute. So assume that this pre-1 to pre-6 is the 6 are the 6 items that you use to measure premium. All right, meaning to say that for premium to happen, you need to have pre-1, pre-2, pre-3, pre-4, pre-5, and pre-6. And all of these items are actually measured on the scale. So the scale that being used here is actually a scale of 1 to 7, like a scale where 1 denotes strongly disagree, 7 denote agree. Now the idea here is when you compute these 6, you should ideally be getting a what called as a premium computed column here. All right. Likewise for program, it's actually from here, from pro. All right, pro 1, pro 2, pro 3, you compute, you become program. So once we compute, later we will do what we call as the record function after we have computed the variable. Okay, so let's start off with computing premium first. So recall earlier we have this separate spreadsheet. So now you can do a new variable first. I'll call first variable as premium. So how do I get premium? Is from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6 items. So all you can do is you can put up a simple formula. All right. So what I will do is I'll put a simple formula equal to, in the bracket, this plus this cell plus this cell plus this cell plus this cell plus the last one. Okay. So I have 6 of it. Close the bracket, and then you put a slash which denote divide by, and you need to get you need to divide by 6, because since you are adding 6 items together to get the average of that 6 items, you have to divide by 6. All right, so this is the simple formula that you can use in Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, so in the equal to, in the bracket, the first plus second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Close it with a bracket, put a slash to denote divide, and put a number 6 to represent 6 items. All right, so just click enter. Automatically you get this value. Now what you can do next is you can actually just click on the small plus button at the corner here. There's a small plus button here. Just click on it and then just drag it to the last row. All right, and then what happens is that it will automatically help you to put in the formula, and you don't need to click manually anymore. All right, so it will help you to identify by different row in this sense. All right, so this is how you do the first one, premium. Let's continue on with the second one, program. All right. Okay. Now, how do you do program? program is actually 1, 2, 3 here. So same thing as what you did for premium. Just put an equal to, open a bracket, the first program plus second plus the third. All right, since there's only 3, then you just close in the bracket. Just close it with a bracket. All right, let me just close. Okay, close it in the bracket, and then put a divide by 3. Okay, so you can see that it's closed, divide by 3 like this. Just click enter. So automatically it will help you to get the average of 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So you can see that it's G2, H2, and G20, G20. Oh, so something wrong with the formula. So it's G20, H20, G2, H2, and I2. All right, so G2, H2, I2. All right, so a little bit of issue there. All right, so you just have to edit it. Okay, and then just click enter. All right, so the average is 7. All right, so you can do it by just clicking on this and then just drag and drop. Okay, so automatically it will identify the compute for you. So you can check it one at a time. All right, it's worthwhile to spend some time to check it. All right, maybe just a random couple of checking just to make sure that the formula is correct. So this one, since it's on the third row, so it's actually G3, H3, and I3. So that's correct. G3, H3, I3. Okay, which denote the cells. G3, H3, I3. Okay, correct. So this is the one that have been computed. So this is how you do the compute and the record, the compute function for premium and program. So now you can put in your filter, all right, and then you can identify the filter as using filter later. We'll do a simple record function. Okay, we'll come back. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to look at how do we, we'll call it the, how do we do what we call as the, let me just delete this first. I'll show you that thing. Oopsie, I can't delete this. Okay, let me just hide this. All right, just hide this. Okay, how do we now record whatever that we compute earlier into a different category? All right, so to do this, all right, first you need to run a very quick analysis, what we call as a discrete analysis on the variable that you already computed earlier. All right, so to do that, you need to go to data analysis. So we can actually use here. All right, we use here. So let's just go to data analysis. All right, and choose descriptive statistics, and then click OK. So what you need to do is you need to identify which variable that you want to analyze. So let's say here I want to analyze both premium and program. So to do this, I'll just select here, and then this. Okay, I just delete this just to be sure. Okay, this, okay, to the end here. So I'll just want to analyze this as my descriptive analysis. So I'll make sure that I click on the first row as a label in the first row, and then the output range, I can just put it somewhere here. All right. Okay, so just click OK. All right. Now what happened is that you actually get what we call as the mean output. Okay, the mean output. Now, depending on what is your objective, all right? Some people use the mean as the cutoff point. For example, the mean here is 5.06. So I can say that I use, since it's measured on a Recode 1 to 7, I can say that anything for number 5 and below, I can say it is a low. Anything 6 and above is actually, we'll call that high. Okay, so for program, the same thing. Here you can see that it's 6, so anything 1 to 6 is low, 7 and above is high. For example, okay, so most of the time you see that most researchers, they will use this, we'll call that the mean function, the mean results as an indicator of, how do they want to categorize it. All right. I will personally use a more conservative, we'll call it a more conservative techniques in terms of doing the categorical grouping. All right, just so that I can get a more wider representation. All right, so let's just close this. Okay. All right, so I just insert a couple of new row here so that we can get more things here. So now let's say I want to look at premium, and I just call it as premium scale. So I want to know in a scale manner. Okay, so here I can add another variable called program scale. All right. So here, let's say I want to change premium now this to a scale, okay, and I want to identify 3 scale. The first scale is high, the second scale is mid, the third scale is low, okay. So what I will do is I will just use a very conservative way to do this, all right. So how do I identify the conservative way? I will just say that since on the scale of 1 to 7, so 4 is mid. So let's just start off with whatever that is number 4. Yeah, whatever value of 4 it is equal to a mid range. Okay, so I just go to premium. So what you do is just select whatever that is 4. Okay, whatever that is 4, and then just click OK. So you can see that it will sort out only the value number 4. So here I will just call it as mid. All right, so this also mid. Now the next thing is whatever that is from 4 and below. So it's only 3.5. You can see that. So I'll just unselect all and only choose one of these, 3.5. And this will show to you this should also be low. Okay. All right. So anything below 4 is low. Okay. Or in more specifically, anything within this range is low. Okay. And then the next thing that we want to do is now we want to select all the high value. Okay. All the high value here. So you can see that there's quite a number of value. You can select all. Okay, so it's anything 4.16667 until the last one, which is 6.6667, for example. All right, just click OK. And you can gonna see there's quite a number of high value. Okay, so I can just put it as high, and I just copy and just paste it down. All right. So this is one way that you can do, all right, to identify the value, either it's a high, a low, or a mid value. Okay, this is how you change it to a category. All right, as I mentioned earlier, you can actually use the mean results. Okay, so I will say that from premium, I can see that the mean is 5.06. Okay, so you can actually use premium and you can identify the cutoff point. Maybe whatever that is number 5 here, number 5, and yeah, within the range of number 5 is mid. Whatever that is bigger, smaller than number 5 is the low. Whatever that is larger than 5.167, it's high. So very much depending on how you see the type category that you want to use. Okay, so the same thing you can do it for program. All right, so program either use the mean results, or maybe like what I did just now, I just use the more conservative way by identifying using the scale that is used earlier. Okay, so let's just go to program. So you can see that, okay, this will be a little bit difficult because you can see that there is actually no number 4. And it seems like 6 is more of a median here, or a mean here. Okay, so in this sense, perhaps I want to choose 6 first as the mean. Okay, so I divide program 6, so I can say that this is all the mid. Okay, and then whatever that is smaller than number 6 is all the low if you want to. Okay, so this is low. And the last one will be anything that is bigger than 6, so 6.333 to 7. So we just use this as the high. Okay. All right. So here you can identify that it is high. So just copy and paste once I have typed it in. Okay. Then I select all. Okay, go select all, and now you already have the variable which you computed earlier. Now you already recorded into a certain range here. Okay, so high, low, and mid range. Okay, so depending on your objective or how you want to categorize it, so this is how you use the variable to do record and compute in your Excel spreadsheet. Okay, thank you.